Dun, 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 Cloud Kill. Hi and welcome back to the video you may have been looking out for. My review / impressions of Ghost of Tsushima. I am at the end of the game, the last act, probably spent about 50 to 60 hours in the game. I really hate when open world games in general, don't let you see how much time you spend with the game. It's really annoying, but I probably spent about 50, 60 hours with the game. So here is my review. If you like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when a new video will be online from me. So first up, I wanted to talk about its storyline. I think the storyline is its weakest part of the entire game. The Mongols invaded Japan, the island of Tsushima, and you, Jin Sakai, are the one to stop him. Its storyline isn't as grand and as big as Assassin's Creed Odyssey or, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's told in an okay way. The bigger picture is all the side characters you'll meet, and they have their own storylines that is bigger than the main storyline, but it kind of connects in one big storyline about the struggle of the island of Tsushima against the Mongol invasion. So the storyline isn't as good as, but it's an okay storyline, and I do like the leader of the Mongols. Graphics-wise, this game is absolutely gorgeous. It's the first game ever that I stop at almost every freaking meter, and there's a photo mode in the game, a really grand one, to make a picture of the beautiful scenery or the beautiful new armor set that I got. The game is probably the most beautiful open world game I have ever played. It looks genuinely better than Horizon Zero Dawn and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I may be a little bit biased since I love old Japan and samurais and the feudal Japan architecture, but still it looks amazing, absolutely amazing. Music-wise, it's okay. You have your typical old Japanese music that you can find in Japanese movies, samurai movies, a lot of other games. A lot of tunes you hear, you're like, hey, I've heard this before. This is nothing special. But again, I may be biased. I love Japanese music, so I think the music is really good, but not as good as, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn, who had some really iconic tracks that, to me personally, emotionally, really moved me. But the music is done well if there is music. There's not always music in the game. Gameplay-wise is the most fun part of the game, of course, and the most interesting one. So this game allows you to play as a samurai and go the samurai way, or play as a ghost / a ninja. And I think they have done that exceptional well. Especially, I play as a samurai, and you honestly feel that you're a samurai. You can just rush into a settlement or rush into a group of enemies and just hack and slash your way. Now, hack and slash may not be the correct word. If you're just button mashing the controller, you're probably going to die. You really need to be a samurai and wait for your opponent to strike and strike back. You have parries, you have counterattacks, you have perfect parries and perfect counterattacks. You have a lot of skills to be a samurai, and once you sort of level up, it's more like a legend system where you start off as a small samurai and your legend grows up until the shogun, god samurai, whatever. And you unlock skill points to put into your skills if you want to be a samurai, or of course the other way around, to be a ninja / ghost. And there are some gadgets like a smoke bomb and a sticky bomb and kunais that you can throw as a ninja. You can, by the way, throw all these things also when you want to play a samurai. But I mean, if you want to play a samurai role, you're not going to use that, even though I do use it because it's really handy. Now, I do want to mention one thing. I really like that if you want to play a ghost, they'll give you a lot of options to be really sneaky. You can change the weather, you can change the time of day from going from night to evening or whatever, evening to night. But even in small encounters, even in small towns that have nothing to do with a storyline, there are a lot of opportunities for you to sneak around, go up on roofs and just assassinate everyone without being hit forever. And that is one of the things some people don't really like. As a ninja slash ghost, you are kind of overpowered, especially at the end when you get like chain attacks and you can chain your assassinations. You are almost invincible. It's almost to a point where the game is so super easy that you don't really have to do anything. And the AI doesn't help either. It's pretty fucking stupid. You can have a whole group, 50, 20 people coming at you because they discovered you. You'll just go under a hole or you just go under a house and bam, they don't know where you are. I agree, it's kind of stupid, but at the same time, yeah, you know, it does give you really the sense of you're a samurai, and it really does give you a sense of you are a ninja. Just know that if you play ninja, the game will probably be really, really easy later on. Talking about difficulty, by the way, especially in the beginning, I thought that the game was really hard. It's probably the hardest open world game I have ever played. You can die with a couple of hits, you can get overwhelmed really quickly, and especially archers, they actually hit you. They always fucking hit you. And there's a way to, of course, block or more like evade their attacks, but I generally was surprised, like, hey, there is finally an open world game or a game in general where archers hit you always. And I thought that was really cool, and they are really a danger when you're facing a bigger mob and playing, you know, as a samurai way. Now, I want to talk about Armour Sets. When they first announced the game, called Ghost of Tsushima, you know, the front end is basically a ninja, I'm like, oh my god. But since they told that you can play as a samurai, I was like, okay, we'll see. And basically at the first half hour of the game, you already got sort of a samurai armor set. And there are a lot of different armor sets in this game, from ninja to being a samurai, to having giant ass shogun armor, being a samurai general, and just looking freaking badass. I mean, I look badass. And what I really like is that you can also upgrade this armor. So for example, you have a samurai armor and you just start out with a normal armor set. The armor set you can see in every samurai warrior enemy. Just your normal typical soldier armor. You can upgrade that and you get like shoulder pads and you feel a little bit more like a samurai. And you can upgrade it again and you get bigger shoulder pads and the armor looked a lot more beautiful, a lot more details. And I really like that. Same goes with the hat. First you have just a mask, and then all of a sudden, the second upgrade, you'll have something up on your head. And the third upgrade, you have like a beautiful samurai helmet, and you feel that you look pretty badass. And for me personally, it made me feel that I wanted to explore the world. I wanted to do the side quests. There are not a lot of side quests, and every side quest is a storyline that sort of connects the whole storyline. Everything revolves around, you know, the peasants or the normal people of Tsushima struggling with the invaders, because the Mongols are pretty ruthless and they just kill and murder basically everyone. And some of these side missions, you'll get rewarded really rare special materials you can only get by doing side missions to upgrade the last tier of your armor. Talking about armor sets, by the way, every armor set has different perks. For example, one samurai armor gives you a major health boost. One samurai armor or a Ronin armor gives you a major damage boost or a defense boost, or lets you sneak, or lets you do more damage with your knife, or lets you have a bigger radius with your sticky bombs. So you really have different armor sets to complement the way you want to play the game, and I think that was fantastic. In that regard, Ghost of Tsushima is so much better than, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn. Its biggest gripe with me was that it didn't have that many armor sets. Talking about weapons though, besides the couple amount of gadgets you have as playing a ninja, as a samurai, you have your samurai sword and you have your dagger. And that's it. You literally have one set of weapons the entire game. And some gamers really don't like that. They're really like, hey, I wanna have more weapons. The samurais did use different weapons, but this is Jin Sakai's story, and he wields a samurai sword. So that's why you have a samurai sword. But I do think you have different stances. You have a stance that's just a normal stance. You have your stance for unblocking a shield, going in. It's kind of weird going inside a spearman, I want to say that, but to unblock a spear guard, you have like really giant guys called brutes, and you have a stance that's against them. So it's not like you're just swinging your sword the whole time the same way. You have different stances, different approaches to different enemies. But yes, it does get repetitive. At a time, it does get repetitive. It is going to this settlement and liberate this settlement. Go to this town and liberate this town. Go here, go there. At the end, if you don't like the type of gameplay, the game can get really repetitive. But in my opinion, because the game is so beautifully made and the gameplay, for me personally, is so beautifully made, it's so smooth, it runs really smooth. I love being a samurai. I love chopping heads off or whatever, even though you don't really see the heads being chopped off. It's kind of like, shame they didn't at least give you an option to allow heads and ligaments to be chopped off. I do want to give you one little graphical advice. In the option menu, turn off the health bars. In default mode, there are health bars and stagger bars above the enemy's heads, and that kind of does put you out in the game. Turn them off and you have a crisp and clear play screen that really immerses you in the game and even makes you learn when you have staggered an enemy, when are they going to attack you, are they wounded or not. So what else do I want to talk about this game? I've talked about the side missions. There are not a lot of side missions. I have basically done maybe 60-70% of everything you can do in the game. There's just a couple in the last two sections. There's a couple of things I still want to do, some side missions I still have to complete. But overall, I think this is the perfect size for an open world game. It feels grand, it feels big, but it's not as overwhelming as, for example, The Witcher, amazing game by the way, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where there is just too much to do, but its content isn't really that great. In Ghost of Tsushima, there is less to do, but the content is far, far better, and I definitely like that a lot more. So, in all, I think that Ghost of Tsushima is absolutely fantastic. I love the game. Finally, an open world samurai, ghost, Japan, whatever how you want to call it, and I can't wait to get back into the game. Leave a comment below. Have you played Ghost of Tsushima and how are you liking it? And what style are you playing? Are you playing the samurai or are you playing the ghost? And like always, you're going to see me next time.